All right, y'all. Welcome to another show of Politricks. Politics, I'll say it first. Politics and Politricks, you decide.
Yes.
With our brother Tula Cabona and brother Justin Barnett.
We are here.
We are here, and we got our outstanding guest with the Super S. But you know, we always start out by saying, if you hear the sound of our voice, that means God has blessed you to see another day.
That's right.
Prayers go up, blessing come down. Amen.
Hello.
And
Amen.
you always start out by giving shouts out to two of the greatest hip-hop, well, we want to say R&B hip-hop stars of Michigan. We're gonna designate them king of the hood. Brother R.J. Watkins and Brother Henry Tyler. Both of them was introduced into the R&B Hall of Fame 2015. Let's give them a round of applause. For that. I really always say thank Mr. R.J. Watkins for being the brainchild to start this radio station, where we can have a candid conversation without worrying about will we be on tomorrow, like Joe Reed and them got cancel culture. We ain't worried about that. I want to give shouts out to Miss Michelle, Miss Maxine, everybody else that's part of WHBR 88.1 FM family, 107.5 FM, WGPR HD2. So before I move on, I want to introduce two outstanding people that's very active in the community. And I want to first do our distinguished guest, if Brother Bobby Christian don't mind.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
So I want to first introduce Brother Dr. Hassan, if I said it correctly. And I'm going to give a small bio of what I was told about him. Dr. Hassan, second vice chair of the Democratic Party, a community leader, grassroots organizer, Bangladesh American Democratic Caucus, founder of MDP's second vice chair, Dr. Hassan.
And let's get a round of applause. Let's go.
Then I want to introduce my good brother, who I call the Fred Hampton of politics. Y'all already know. Brother, Bobby Christian. He has now been designated state senator of the southeast part of Michigan, east side, Highland Park, Hamtramck. He will win that seat.
That's right.
And he will.
So, he will.
Let's go.
So let's start out. Dr. Hassan, can you please share a little bit with us about yourself and some of your achievements?
Yes.
Thank you so much. I want to thank R.J. Watkins and Henry Tyler and all the distinguished guests, as well as Bobby Christian, for inviting me to this fantastic evening, this conversation about politics and our community.
Yes, sir.
I really, really appreciate that, first of all. Yes, this is Dr. Raz Hassan. As you introduced me, I'm the second vice chair of the Michigan Democratic Party. Right now I'm serving the party, and I served the party as sixth vice chair in the past 2 terms. And for the last 20 years, I've been actively politically involved in the community organizer, grassroots organizer in the Hamtramck, Detroit, and Warren area, that area. And also I'm the founder of the Bangladesh American Democratic Caucus. Okay. And that's one of the largest and the most active, grassroots political organization and caucus of the Michigan Democratic Party.
Awesome.
Well, thank you. Bobby Christian, would you please famously introduce yourself? Not that the world don't know you, and we're going to give shouts out to Kev too. Kev is just right here.
Kev over there.
We're going to give shouts out to Kev. But
looking
go ahead,
very dapper too,
I just want
Kev.
to say, Kev been gone for like a week. He had to go out of town for family passing. Yeah. And my whole world been upside down without him. So I'm glad he's back. Let's clap it up for Kev.
Clap it up for
You know what I'm saying? Let's clap it up for Kev. Bobby Christian here. I am one of the executive board members of the 13th Congression now. Field director, ran for county commissioner, and as Brother Tula say, future state senator for the east side of Detroit.
Hello.
Senate District 3.
Yes, sir.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. So
Hello.
I want to throw a question out to both Dr. Hassan and Bobby Christian. But first, Dr. Hassan. Dr. Hassan, and I got to ask this question because a lot of people want to know, how did the Democratic Party let me say this. What could the Democratic Party have done different to assist Kamala Harris with winning the election, in your opinion?
Thank you. This is definitely a good question. We must learn, we have must reflect what went right and what went wrong in the last election cycle.
'Cause,
And I think that we have to learn from our mistakes. And we must move forward. 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 And we must move forw we have to learn from that election cycle, and then we have to apply this in the coming 26, 28 in elections. It's a very important election.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, of course, definitely, we should have done a better job, reaching out to our youngsters, the younger people,
That's right.
issues that they're facing right now. Our time versus this time, this is a different time and era that they're living. We need to have a real conversation with them, their issues, and then we really need to understand how we can help them, because this is our future. They are our future.
That's right.
And we have to think about our children and grandchildren. And this piece, I thought that it was missing last election cycle, that we could not talk the talk and bring them on board in the election. And also another piece of that is about the immigrant communities. Right, that there was another piece of it that we could not really relate to them, especially in the Muslim community, that you can see, at least in Michigan, that we could do better having a conversation. You can see President Trump came to Hamtramck twice.
Yes.
Can you imagine that? And where we could do better, reaching out to all the communities, addressing their real issue, and especially we have to address the issue here right now here at home, where we should be spending the taxpayer money here instead of spending it outside in a nation building. We have lots of issues here and at home. People are facing serious challenge, and then the people are working 3 jobs, and a single mother working hard to pay their bills. The middle of the month or the almost end of the month, when they look at their paycheck, they are struggling to pay their rent, their groceries. The grocery price is high, commodities are high, healthcare is now, as you can see, we'll talk more as we go into this, right? So I think we have to really talk to the working families, middle class families, and our students and the seniors also as well, that we need to address. Okay, and I think this is something that we learned from last election cycle. I think our party chairman Curtis Hargel is reaching out to everybody in the party. He's going coast to coast, in the state, and building back, bringing back all of our constituents, all of our supporters, Democratic Party, activists and members into the party, making sure that we're ready for a good fight in 2026, because we have a senator race, we have a gubernatorial race, we have congressional race, we have got that state house and state senate race that is very, very vital to us to win and also do things for our working families. Thank you.
That's right. That's right. I like that.
Okay, Bobby Christian, give me your opinion, family.
Well, as we know, we talked about it before. I love my party, but as Dr. Hassan said, they lost contact and connections with the neighborhood. When you got President Trump, because we don't care for Trump, but we gonna respect him and we gonna respect the seat. He was in the neighborhoods. He was on my blocks.
Yes.
We saw him while we were campaigning. We saw him with his brigade going down the blocks. So this is why I get so excited about this Senate race, because what Trump did, he did the old school. He went to the grassroots with things.
Okay.
And we can't just think because we got $1 billion, we just going to send out mailers and people going to vote. Sometimes they want to talk. And our beloved Vice President Kamala came to the Creed Cafe building, and not too many people got to talk to her. Just a couple of people. So
I know exactly where you're talking about.
Right?
Creeds.
Okay.
Yeah.
The people want to see you. The people want to touch you. The people don't want any more broken promises.
That's
okay.
Right.
We're going to talk about a lot more, because I got some things that I just read about a state rep and a state senator earmarked $50 million, and I didn't see $1 for an organization that's really doing some help in the neighborhoods. So we're gonna really get into it, but I'm not going to say any names because I'm not a radical.
Oh, let's get into it.
I don't know about that. Straight after the politics.
I'm an agitator, but I ain't a radical.
So I want to just say, as far as the Democratic Party, I think that when we use a language, and this is just my opinion, and I really want to get y'all input on this, Dr. Hassan and Bobby Christian, and Brother Justin as well. When we hear the words, the Democratic Party, to me, Mr. Mark, when they fail to use the words marginalized poor and very poor, or working class poor, when they use a language of working people or working class, middle class and up, you skip me. right? So what Trump did, and I said this, he fed a lot of people in the poor communities, right? Whether it was a Muslim community, whether it was Hamtramck, or whether it was Detroit, he fed them false hope because he went to see the people.
That's right.
And it was old school 60s style politics.
That's right.
And the Democratic Party, to me, was hijacked at that particular time by what they call corporate Democrats.
Oh.
They did like what Brother Hassan was saying. The Democrats didn't reach out to the Muslims because they was, I'm sorry, I'm just straight talk on this. They was afraid to offend our Jewish brothers and sisters because of what was going on in Gaza.
That's
and
right.
In fact, the Democratic Party wouldn't even allow a Muslim to speak at the Democratic convention. To me, that was an insult. They had a brother, when Kamala Harris came to Detroit, a Muslim brother, tried to talk to her. They kept him outside the building. Am I right, Dr. Hassan?
Thank you. So I think, what we have to focus on is what happened last election cycle. We need to learn from that. Our party is ready to, and welcome everybody, especially our union brothers and sisters are there, that we need to really talk about their issues. We have to talk about the issues, the housing issues that we have. Actually, we have to focus on the real things that people need to live well and thrive, right? And when we say that, it means that appropriate quality health care, good paying jobs, and equitable economy that works for all of us. And an education system that prepares every child for success without fear of safety. It is very important that they have to go to school, that they have a safe environment there. It means attainable health, healthy housing in livable neighborhood, human-centered immigration policies that are also supportive of business needs, and no nonsense climate action. Right? These are the foundation of a strong, inclusive, and thriving America, where everyone can pursue their version of the American dream. That means Muslim, Christian, Jewish, Hindu, Buddhist, all faith, all people, black, white, brown, everybody, every one of us, right? We have to really put our, focus how we can make our country go to the right direction, right? And right now we have a lot to do. We instead of debating ourselves what we have done in the past, or we have done right, what was missing, we learn from it, we move forward, we put our act together and address the real issue that our families are facing. Now, as when working families do good, America did do good, right?
Yes.
And definitely. So we have to definitely, Democratic Party is a party of working families, party of union, brothers and sisters, right? Party of black, brown, and white, and every one of us. We have to address the real issues that our people are facing, so that people will not have to lose their dream about their pocket, about their what is in their bank account, right? They can have plan for a good vacation with their family. They can plan for a good retirement. They don't have to worry about their prescription, and seniors don't have to worry about them, whether their care is going to be slashed, right? Kids don't have to worry about whether they will have lunch in the school, right? And parents don't have to worry about when their kids go to school, or when we go to market, supermarket, or even mall, that whether we'll come back home safe or not. We need to make sure that we have a safe roads and safe places where you hang out, even park, for that matter. So that's what there are bigger thing than that we have to really look into for a safe environment and a safe climate and a safe house. That means that we all have to really work in how we move forward, not dividing ourselves as a black, brown, and white, dividing ourselves, our religious faith or values, and we can do better when we come together. America do better when we come together. Thank you.
I might use that. I think I might use that on my next campaign.
We come together.
That's right.
Let's clap. Let's clap for that statement. We do better when we come together.
I'm gonna say this, Dr. Hassan. I agree with you 100%. But I need to say this. I have to say this in the sake of just being transparent and real.
Yes.
I feel, and I'm gonna say this unequivocally, unapologetically, that the Democratic Party, some people in the faction of a part of the Democratic Party, has legitimately forgot about poor African Americans. And I have to say this, because when you get only 51% of the people voting in the election for Sister Kamala Harris in the city of Detroit. That's a problem. When I see black men, every time I come on 696 begging for money, when the Democratic Party was in power and we're asking what's going on, and I agree with you that we all are together, but are we together as far as dispensing funds to certain communities? Because whether we look at it or not, we all are together, but we all are different culture-wise, which is okay with me. Because if I get a black rose, a white rose, a black rose, a brown rose, it still smells sweet. But which rose get picked and done the best? So I fought, and I said this, I fought the Democratic Party for not really focusing on, and I'm going to say it again, the poor black men, particularly poor black men, because 21% of them voted for Donald Trump for whatever reason, because they gave false hope. So I would love to see, and I'm glad you're here, can the Democratic Party truly address issues that affect African American culture? Because we are a unique people. And I say African American because how we came over here on slave ship. It's almost like the Republican is trying to erase that part of history. The Democrats aren't really speaking up about it outside of African American Democrats. So we need the Democrats to show us that they love us just as much as we love it. So, I mean, I agree with
How will you think that will look?
Yes.
How will you think that will look?
I think this is a very, very important question and very important ask. I appreciate you. We cannot forget about our brothers and sisters in the black community. Also, at the same time, we need bold leadership who can stand up for our brothers and sisters who are forgotten, who are marginalized, who are left aside, and who are ignored. That being said, that I, as the second vice chair of the Michigan Democratic Party, it is a great opportunity for me to sit with you, listen from you, learn from you, and I'll share this in our executive committee meeting. And I'll share with our chairman of the party.
Yes, sir.
Now, on the other side, those policymakers who are elected, who does the policy making, who brings the funding and budget for our communities, they are the one, definitely, we need to work with them. We need to elect the right people who care for people, who wants to serve people, not only be served themselves. We have to get people who will be thinking they are employed by the people who vote them to serve them.
Right.
This is a very important proposition that we have to really educate our voters, our brothers and sisters in our communities. In every street, we need to make sure that they understand how important their vote is.
Right.
Now, there is an election coming up, which is our next week, our mayoral and city council election in the city of Detroit. This is a very important election. And I attended one of the mayoral debate where there was question about housing. Looks like pretty much all these candidates are in the same page of understanding housing is a crisis.
Right.
Not only housing, it's a livable housing, healthy housing, not only just that they are struggling to pay the rents or the fees, So that means that is in the voters' mind, that they will elect someone who will be serving them, representing them. So that is on the other side, and the party side, like I said, but on the other side, I will urge our voters, to come on out to vote and elect in the primary who they think should go to the general election. And instead of 14, 15, 16% in the primary, I hope that more voters will come out, because only then they can say, because they are the power, they have the power, voting power, they can vote to anybody, not to, because I know there are millionaires who can buy media. Media means like they can buy air, right?
Yes.
An advertisement, that's what I mean by that.
Yes.
Please do not get me wrong. And then they can send a lot of literature. They can use social media, and they can confuse people, right?
Yes.
But I would say, do not get confused by those people, who wants to buy your vote because of the social media or media, campaign, the tactics they do.
Yes.
Please, vote for the candidate who will work for you and who will value you, who will not put you aside, who will address your issues when they are in the State House, state senate, or even in the Congress floor, or even Senate floor, speaking up for you, even be strong and face even the most unusual, but they will face it for you and stand up for your right. So that is important for us who we elect. Thank you.
That's right. That's
well,
right.
and see, so
that's right.
and that's what
that's
I'm
right.
saying. I like what you said. We need bold leadership. So, Bobby, that's why I said, brother, like Bobby Christian. Bobby Christian has done so much for the community. Not only is he a bold leader, he's an extraordinary leadership. A bold leader, but the brother is genuinely a good person in the community. So and I need to ask you this. I want to put this out here for brother Bobby Christian and brother Hassan. Why is it that the Democratic Party, and what I'm going to say, some in the Democratic Party, are afraid or encourage or try to discourage individuals from running who are younger or who maybe just stepped into politics, and they tend to tell them wait their turn to run. And I just think that's so disingenuous because the Republicans don't do that. They can have somebody that's 18 years old. Yeah. Hey, go ahead and run. But the Democrats do that. So
I'll answer that, Dr. Hassan, because
Yes.
I'm living that right now as we speak. Virgil Smith. Virgil Smith is a great friend of mine. He was a state senator before his father just passed, Judge Virgil Smith. Amazing father and even more amazing son. So I was on the phone talking with Virgil. We called another brother on the three-way, just seeing how much support we could garner. We talked to another brother. It's kind of like a gatekeeper, been doing it a while. And the first thing he said was, oh, you can't do it. You don't got enough money. You don't know how to do this. You don't know how to do that. You can't do this. You can't do that. You need to go ahead and do this because you ain't be a state rep because you ain't good enough to be a senator. So I've heard that so many times in my life, I wouldn't be who I am today.
Facts.
If I listened to anybody else and what they say.
Facts.
So he don't understand what he did for me. He just put some more fuel on my fire.
Yes.
Now we're going to just get smarter and get tighter and get more serious about it because I want to make him a believer just like I made everybody else a believer.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Thank you. I'd like to add after this.
yeah, go ahead, Doc.
No, I met Bobby while playing softball at the Juneteenth game. And since then, I saw him how, he's such a caring. He has an organization where he, brings all these youngsters,
Facts.
young people, young kids, and put them to, play instead of keeping these kids in the street. And this is important piece of it.
Absolutely.
Right? Instead of keeping them in the street because they can get into drugs, they can get into bad activities, behaviors, and etc. Instead of that, he is, getting them to play, teaching them how to be disciplined, teaching them how to be a team player. Right?
Yes.
We need leader to, and I think anybody who is over 20, who is over 21, is that right?
Yes.
who can run for any office, right? Anybody should be able to run for office, and serve the people, and that should not be any problem. It's the right of any individuals who is a community organizer, grassroots organizer, who knows his people the more closely than anybody else, and be able to run and then serve the people. And Bobby can be a good, be a great, candidate and a great representative.
Thanks, Doc. So me and Doc met playing baseball with Supermajority. And we was on the same team, the Diplomats. And,
Wait, hold on, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Jason. We whooped y'all.
Hold on.
We whooped y'all.
I remember. Yeah.
You
So
saw that.
you hit that ball and you kept going too. I remember that.
Yes.
And you went all the way around. You
made a home run.
Yeah.
And Bobby made a nice video of me, so it's.
I like that.
See, when you do things just kindly out the gesture, who would have thought that I would have met the second vice chair of the Democratic Party and we're actually friends, out of just out of a baseball game, just being who you are, so it's a beautiful thing when people actually care. We definitely want to talk about why do we in the Democratic Party, sometimes we try to stop people and hush them and try to tell them what they should be doing And we're all grown in this thing here. Like Doctor said, everybody has a right to run. So if I'm going to lose, hey, just let me lose. But I would love to be under somebody's wing. You know, that's the beauty of what the Kinlock's done for me. I ran up against Jonathan. Me and Jonathan is like the best of buds now. I really don't care what a person has to say about those people because they gave me insight when people didn't want to bring me in.
That's right.
You know, they told me things, they showed me things, showed me policy, showed me how a campaign ran, supposed to be ran. And that's, I forever owe them for that because they didn't have to do it. Once you get whooped, then what we need you for, right?
Right.
So I'm unapologetically grateful for the things that the Kinlock family has done for me. Regardless of whatever's going on and whatever they say, I'm rolling till the wheels fall off.
Shout out to the Kinlocks as well, too.
Shout out
to Kinlock.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I just want to say, I mean, and you really, and I'm glad Dr. Hassan seen the beauty in it as we do, right? Yeah. Because the stereotypical thinking, and Dr. Hassan may be able to attest to this, that young black men are just crazy, running out there, burning up cars, speeding on, you know, but that's really not the truth. So, right. You know, I take my hat out to Bobby Christian for being able to take 200 young black men, and I'm going to say this, listen, and this is what channel, well, I'm going to say it, this is what mainstream media, I'm down.
That's right.
Let me call nobody out. But this is what mainstream media don't focus on. Right? That the beauty of individuals in their own community, whether it be Black Bangladesh or whomever can go in and take what people say is poison, make the poison taste like brand new butter.
That's why, but that is why, that is why we have to, that's why we got to get together and bring, they say history repeats itself, right? Back in those days, when Fred Hampton and all of them were together, black people were together. Let's get us back. More and more people from Detroit and other areas are getting woke and starting to understand how the politic game goes. People are learning policy day to day. So we got to get us together, and when we rise a champion up, that's going to be like us, we will start seeing a change. Until we get together like what we're doing, and we're going to bring it back, and we're going to make sure that R.J. Watkins and his whole building is a historical place.
Like this was supposed to be. Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? This is something that's huge to me, and we talked about it. Why this black man that made all his history not have an earmark for himself, just to keep this thing going?
Facts.
But we can have more little black boys and girls learning how to be editorials, editors, videographers, cameramen, the whole nine. Why not?
Yes.
This needs to be done.
Yes,
if they're doing it in that community, they need to do it in our community. All I'm asking for is even keel across the board. That's all I'm asking for.
That's right.
But more so, what I do.
Come on, Bobby.
The reason I named Bobby Christian, Fred Hampton, and Mr. Dr. Hassan, you may agree with it. Fred Hampton was so powerful because he put together the Puerto Rican community, the poor white community. He put together all these people, and they united around one common goal. That was to change the conditions of the people. Now, I want to take my hat off to Bobby Christian. Look who he got sitting here with us.
Come on, let's go.
So you already paved the way to be a Fred Hampton, because at the end of the day, we all suffer the same thing, but it's all about who is in leadership and who's going to push our particular issues. So I think what Dr. Hassan said, and I think the Democratic Party have to be willing to do a hard look at themselves and kick the people out who's not doing the jobs.
That's right.
That's right. That's right.
I want to say that. So what is your opinion about that, Dr. Hassan?
Yeah, so this is the question is, this is a good question. But the thing is that the party cannot tell anybody, especially in the primary, right, will not tell anybody, especially our party chair or the party portfolio holder, cannot say anyone that, you should or you should not. Anybody can run in the primary election. For example, even myself, I am considering to run for the U.S. Congress because of my 20 years of service in the grassroots mobilizing people, right? And when there was a Black Lives Matter movement, I was a big part of that in every cities. When there was COVID time, when people would not come out, I, distributed 25,000 masks to the most vulnerable people. I raised money with some of my friends and gave food assistance to 400 families, each family of, assuming that 4 members in the family will have 1 month worth of food, essential food that they will have, cereal, then you'll have that's, like flour, lintel, things like that, oil, salt, potatoes and things like that.
Staples,
bread, dry food as well. And also there was sometimes I also distributed like Big Mac, Big Boy, lunch when people were driving by, and we served 1,000 people like that, right? So
Nice.
so when there was issues like immigrant communities in the fear of like separating themselves from the parents, from the kids, and etc. Recently, what's going on with the president's ICE action, etc. Right? So I've been there with the people. So my point is that is, even though if I do run, for example, my party chair cannot choose me. Okay, I'm the candidate, right? There are going to be 2, 3, 4 people who will be running, in the primary, and whoever becomes the party candidate for the general election, when we go against Republican, then our party will be taking the side ourselves, right? But the party activist in the grassroots level, they have rights, or any party bearer, like elected official, can endorse anybody. But from the party side, they can't, right? So I wanted to make that clear to you.
Okay.
Got it.
But the thing I want to say is that the voter, it's not only just the establishment of anybody or any corporation endorsing anybody. But I would say at the end of the day, on the election day, what counts? The voters who voted. We want to make sure that we educate ourselves, especially in a radio talk show like this, like you. You can really, really encourage people to how important it is that they come and vote for the right candidate.
Facts.
Who will be
Yes.
strong and who will be responsible and who will give a report card to them. Like I say, if we are going to be serving people, we must give report cards to the people. We must put our tax filing return to the people as well. We must be available all the
Smart.
time to take phone call and respond to the constituents. Our office should be open for our constituents to come to us, talk to us. Even we should not be thinking about a town hall meeting only. They should be able to come to us anytime, every time. The time when we are in Washington or in Lansing, other than the time we are here in the district, we should be always serving people. And this is why you are a public servant.
Fact.
This is why you are elected official, and the paradigm of elected office must change, because you owe answer to the people who you are serving. Not
right.
to those top 2%, not to those corporate greeds, not to the people, right?
Let's
You know,
go.
that's
Come on,
why it's
we gonna clap it
important.
up for 'em.
This is
Go.
why important that we elect the right people, so that who can represent us and who we can keep responsible for his or her action, right? That is important.
That's right.
Thank you.
Right.
That's my friend. That's my friend.
Bobby Christian.
That's
Well, I can
Let's go.
tell.
Another clap.
I can already tell Bobby Christian. I can
Nice.
already tell
Nice.
he got. Well, let me say this respectfully. He got a little Bangladesh Fred Hampton in it. I just created that. So I just said that respectfully. But I want to address if I may throw 2 issues out there. First of all, I totally disagree with ICE is doing, but I'll say that for the second question. But I would like for us to have more of, and I said this on the show numerous times, I would like for us to have more of a relationship with our immigrant brothers and sisters.
That's right.
We have
Right?
to.
And I would
Yes.
love for them to embrace one of the primary issues. I'm going to Justin. One of our
Yeah,
primary
I know.
issues is reparations for slaves.
Let's go.
And what happens is when we do elect somebody, and I'm going to just say it, black, white, whomever,
Yes.
they tend to abandon that issue when it comes to reparations for slavery. And there's no other people, and Dr. Hassan, you Africa said we can't forget the African American. There's no other people on this American soil that has been mistreated, lynched, raped, and robbed, towns burned down, ancestors given the same last name of their former slave owners, denied opportunity, put in 200 or 300 years of financial deprivation, and so now figured out more than African Americans. Abraham Lincoln gave reparations to slave owners April 16, 1862. 1988, Reagan gave reparations to Japanese Americans. Our Jewish brothers and sisters get reparations. Our Native American brothers and sisters get reparations. Our Hawaiian brothers and sisters get reparations. Why aren't the Democratic Party or our immigrant brothers and sisters, I'm asking them, come on outside when they get in office and say, we support African Americans getting reparations whose ancestors was wrongfully kidnapped and brought to America. And I feel like if we can get our immigration brothers and sisters to come on that game, because guess what? We know how to fight. Let me be clear.
Yes.
Since it's proved that, one thing about us, we can mobilize. And when we start moving, people start paying attention because we're relentless. We're relentless. So can you address that issue? Particularly, then I got a second question after that.
Yeah, personally, if you are asking me, party side, I'll definitely have a conversation with our party leadership. We have a monthly meeting where I can bring up, the concern that you have, and I will be learning more as I talk to more, people in the community.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
But as a candidate, when I become a candidate, I'm telling you this: if history doesn't teach us, then we have not learned anything.
Wow.
The history that you told us, we need to be better than yesterday.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
We need to build on what we learned from the previous years, past years, our ancestors, the struggle they made. Because of their struggle, we are today in the most beautiful nation in the world.
Okay.
Yes.
How cannot we materialize this beautiful nation for every citizen in this country, especially of the black community?
Yeah, absolutely. Fact.
Especially the brothers and sisters who had a history of repression
Facts.
and injustice.
Facts.
We must stand up for justice, no matter what, no matter where, everywhere, anywhere, especially here when our brothers and sisters are feeling that they are, marginalized. They are overlooked, right? And we need that kind of leadership who can really, really address the real issue, who will sit and listen and talk and learn and take it from there and do something about it, not just talk the talk.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
So that I can tell you this, if we are the one to serve the people, we're going to serve the people with that kind of, vision in ahead of us.
Well, I
That's right.
appreciate that
I like
because that is a key issue with me. There's no way, and I ask people, how can you deprive people their ancestors 300 years? You started the game 300 years ago. America, the White House, so-called White House, was built on slave labor. The South was built on slave labor. Michigan, woodwork, named after slave owner. Bill, I go on and on. So it's
Anthony Wayne County.
So and now I want to ask the second question, and I would like first of all, I disagree with what ICE is doing. And I really feel that our immigration community, because some of us, and I'm going to just put it out there, African Americans feel like, some of us, and let me say it that way, feel like some of our immigrant brothers and sisters come here and climb the ladder of prosperity, and they forget about African Americans, and they tend to talk down to us as opposed to talking with us, and us working together climb the ladder together. Therefore, when there is an issue of ICE, immigration, we tend to say, I ain't getting a part of that. They wasn't a part of what like how you said you was a part of BLM. That needs to be put out there.
Yes.
So when you deal with ICE, we're going to say, hold on, let's put Dr. Hassan. We need to carry the flag for his people. He was out there for our people. But if we don't know that, then that's some problem. So how can we set up better relationships with the Bangladesh and African American community that's genuine, and we legitimately share our concerns from a political aspect?
Thank you. This is definitely what we have to do. We'll do it for our children, our grandchildren, for our future.
That's right.
We have to have a good conversation. We have to come together. It's not only the Bangladeshi immigration community. There are other immigrant communities, here, right? This country is built on, the notion of immigrant communities, right? So we have to have more dialogue, and like you said, this ICE action going in different cities, turning the families apart of all the different immigrants. Immigrants are coming from African countries, coming from Asian countries, coming from Middle East countries, but then these people are actually, like you said, if some people looking down, looking up, and all those, we have to really work on those space. We can be complementary,
Yes, we can.
to each other.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We have to, like today when I came here, you hugged me.
Yeah.
You handshake me.
Oh, yeah.
You made me feel good. You gave me a bottle of water. you tell me I'm at home. Then I can speak here as like brothers are sitting together, having a serious talk.
Yes.
That are important that our youngsters are facing, our seniors are facing, our working families are facing, our sisters are, women are facing. This is something that we have to have the real talk, even the hardest truth.
Yes.
Even it is hardest truth, we have to talk. So that's what I would say is we have to move forward. We have to come to each other's events, programs. We have to socialize with each other.
Good solution.
We have to get to know each other better. And we have to feel that we are complementary, we are not competing with each other.
That's right.
And we'll put people who can serve our communities better.
That's right.
Regardless of black, brown, and white.
Right.
We would like to have somebody who will be speaking of our mind. A congressperson or a state senator, state house representative, or senator must be talking what is in the mind of the black people, black community. What is the mind of the brown people, brown community, or white people, white community.
Right.
And what is the mind of these people who is suffering every day. The schools, district here. How come our school district in Detroit, school districts are not performing well?
Wow.
How come schools are closing? How come kids are afraid to going to school because they will not have food assistance because this government, their big, beautiful bill is slashing some of these, assistance programs.
Yes.
Right? So what do we do? And the only way in America, because of the beautiful democratic process that we have, is election, where we can elect such, representative who will stand up, who will talk for us, who will fight for us, who will work for us. And that's we have to do it. And this kind of representative has to build bridges among these communities.
Facts.
The communities, immigrant communities, black communities, white communities, Hispanic, Latinos, everyone.
Right.
These leaders has to bridge, between, Jewish and Christians and Muslims, both these Hindus.
Right.
We can do better when we are together. When we fight, we lose sight of the human dignity.
Facts.
We lose sight of people starving of, in Gaza, for example.
Right.
Okay?
Horrible.
And we need to put politics as outside of that. Facts. When it comes to humanity, when we come to starving, right? So when we talk about this, we have to really have a real talk. We have to look at the lens of that. We have to put our ego outside. Right. That is a big thing that we think we have to do. And the politician, when they come to politics, they have to take their ego hat off. They have to know that they have to go to the people every 2 years. They have to go to the people every 4 years. They have to go to the people every 6 years. People have the right to change the way they want. The system is built such that sometimes the people don't feel like, okay, well, it's only one vote. No, one vote makes a difference.
That's right.
I will ask everyone to come forward.
Well said.
So it's all together.
I got something to say. That
Awesome. I love it.
Dealing with. I got something that I'm dealing with right now when we talk about the school system. So as you know, I'm a youth sports guy. So my organization, Eastside Coats.
Eastside Coats, what's happening?
We're having a benefit game with another team. So we have to go to different schools to see where we're gonna have our game and set up. So I had to leave the city of Detroit in order to have a smooth transition of football games because the city of Detroit makes it so hard. And that's all DPS school board. Has nothing to do with the city. That's all state and school board issues, DPS issues. Now, I can go out of the city to Macomb County. They'll charge you $1,000 to $1,300 for the football field for the day. But the city just tried to charge me and the other team $1,900 for a field that's not even as nice as the one across the Macomb County. So these are the issues, and one of the reasons why we're running. And if people in my community, my world, I'm connected to 20 organizations that got 300 children in them. If they're not upset and ready to make a change, then it's going to be hard for us to make this change. We got to rally behind each other no matter what we do, because that really boiled my water, because we're doing a service for these children, and now we have nowhere to play because we can't afford $2,000 to play a game because we're trying to make money, and that's going to take us directly away from your profit margin.
Right.
So it's tough.
And I think, and that boils down to what Dr. Hassan said. Vote them out of office.
That's right.
So this is what I want to add. This is, if I may, question both you brothers and Brother Justin too. We need to teach civic lessons, civic classes in school. In the 60s, the 50s, the 40s, 70s, you sat around and talked to Big Mama.
That's right.
You talked to Mama. They talk about who you vote for. That's out the window.
I do it with my children every day. They hate it, but I don't care.
But I'm saying, this is, why don't the politicians come together, particularly the Democratic Party? Because the Republicans got a motto, the less vote, the more they win.
That's
so
right.
they put that out there. Why don't the Democratic Party maybe establish a system where every week they can go to a different church, different free auditorium, or go to the people, pass out literature, talk to them about the necessary of voting, particularly the marginalized poor and very poor, and the working class, because they're the ones that they call low propensity voters. They don't vote that much because, like Dr. Hassan said, they think, oh, my vote don't count. I'm just one person. One person can make a difference.
That's right.
Yeah.
So why can we set that system up where we can put literature together with pictures for those who can't read and for those who are deaf, give them sign language so we can go back and start talking to people in the community about voting.
We for sure.
And
can.
I also want to say too, as far as what Dr. Assam said, as far as the events, bringing the people to the events as well, especially the youth as well.
I like that.
We already have a form of collaboration. It's called Belle Isle, for one. Right around the corner from where I stay at, Belle Isle is just a multicultural of people out there happy. We got it. We can do it. I'm super optimistic. We did see that robot on 7 Mile right there.
There you go.
Differentiating the humans and the robots is coming in. It might have went over your head for that, but I think that we can collaborate. I like what Dr. Assam said. I like what Bobby Christian said. Definitely like what my co-host said.
Yeah, I mean, I
holding it down.
I
too.
think we need to. Well, Dr. Assam,
Speaking for the people that can't speak too.
I
Thank
appreciate
you.
that.
Mhm.
Dr. Assam, what do you think about us putting something together? You and Brother Bobby Christian.
Yeah, let's do an event and bring these young people together. Let's do that.
I agree with you, and I will be there, first of all. Okay. So now I'm going to tell you this. In the last, like 2-3 weeks ago, I have been visiting few churches,
Mhm.
and then because the Al Williams and they were going to different churches.
Absolutely.
So I went
We
to
love-
those
shout out to
churches.
Al.
I did
Shout
go
out
to
to
the
Al.
churches.
Shout
The
out.
idea is the voter come to vote. Whoever you want to vote, whoever you think the right person, right? So we go there and we'll be doing this. And absolutely, we have to really go to not only churches, we'll go to people's house, even the community centers, wherever you think that yes, you can play a powerful role, and you will, we can distribute literature, educate
Absolutely.
people,
Absolutely.
that yes, please come and vote.
And let's
voice
make
matters.
it fun too
Yes.
for the certain people. Let's make it fun so
Yes.
they can.
We have to make it
love
fun.
So
too.
let me just tell
Yes.
you guys right now, I am doing a Get Out to Vote event tomorrow.
Okay.
Where we're all meeting up at noon at my campaign office, young and old, and we're gonna just go have some fun, talk about some politics, and we're all gonna drive down to the election office and go vote. So right now we got about 20, 30 people signed up. But those are the little things that we need to do to start. Like you said, make it fun. We're going to talk. We're going to laugh. We're going to joke, but we're going to drive down all together, as many as possible. Go vote. Whoever you vote for, just go and vote. So that's what I'm doing. I got my young people. So, the age 16 now, you can actually register to vote at 16. Some people don't. Yeah, you can register. You can't vote, but you can
vote
register.
until 18, but you can register.
Right. You can register at 16. Also, people don't know if you don't have your ID, if you're already a registered voter, you can vote without your ID. You just have to sign a small affidavit and you can go vote. So I'm encouraging people to, no matter who you vote for, just be a part of the process. Don't be a part of the problem.
Yes.
And now, as far as the location, not to cut you off, as far as the location, can you repeat that?
So my
where they're meeting
campaign
at?
office is going to be 11878 East Warren, right in the plaza of Foreman Mills. We're going to meet there at 12. We're leaving out at 12:30. We're going to go down there and vote. We'll be back by 1 o'clock. The day is over. We had some fun. You voted. You get your sticker and go on about your day. We're not going to hold you long. So again, if you want to call me, 248-212-8115. We'll get with us. You're going to more than likely talk to Kev and just come. And we're going to just have some fun, may have some chips and water, and just we're gonna just talk about it. Maybe he want to be educated on it. We'll talk about the pros and cons of the candidates, and then we're gonna go down there and just vote.
So I just want to add this too. I want to say
Yes.
two of the most neglected population when it comes to voting are two particular distinctive part population. That's the homeless, and I want to interview them. They want to vote, right? They want to vote. And the senior citizens in nursing homes.
That's right.
Senior citizens in nursing homes can vote. All right, we got two women. Senior citizens in nursing homes can vote, and the homeless can vote. Can we target those particular areas, those in the homeless shelters, and those who are, I would call people, you can send ministers out or individuals to talk to homeless
For sure.
on how to vote
For
and the
sure.
senior citizens.
For sure.
Can we focus on that?
Oh,
we
for
got
sure.
2
Yeah,
Good
minutes left.
point. Good point.
And
Yes.
I would say, please, include me, ask me, and I will make time.
Oh, thank
Absolutely
you.
going to the
Okay.
homeless people, and also senior centers, and talking to our senior centers, encouraging them, because every vote counts, every vote matters.
Every vote counts.
Do they do absentee ballots to senior
Yes,
citizens?
yes,
In a
yes.
nursing home?
The absentee ballots went out June 21st, so a lot of them more than likely got their ballots already, even though they may not have sent them back yet. But a lot of people should have sent their ballots in by now.
But what I'm asking, how can senior citizens in nursing homes?
They get their absentee ballots. So it's a beautiful thing that Janice did. Now the early voting thing is good, and also they making people now lifetime absentee balloters.
Oh,
this is-
Yeah, they don't have to ask for
nice.
absentee
Yeah.
ballot anymore. They will get
They're going to
absentee
automatically
ballot all
send
over
it to
the
you
country.
every year, every election.
Let me ask Dr. Hassan this before we go. Can we make that a policy in Lansing that with the model that Detroit has laid down for voting, can we make that a policy more so? Like I know senior citizens that's in the suburb, to my knowledge, well, they're not voting yet, but during the election, can we make it a policy that senior citizens in the suburbs can get absentee ballots?
Good point.
Yeah, so this is a good point, absolutely. But it has to be like we have to talk to the elected officials, right? Like the state House of Representatives, state senators,
Sure.
right? They're the one who has to bring the bill. But definitely we can, have this conversation with them how important it is, and hopefully one or two of them who is gonna, bring a bill, and we can, discuss with other colleagues and theirs, so we can vote it and to make it into law.
That's right.
And
Awesome.
that's the process. We have to follow the process, and unfortunately we cannot just go and make it happen. But
Right.
yes, but we can start
We
the
can't,
conversation.
we
yes.
can't do the Donald Trump though,
Yeah,
right?
do
we have-
we can't do the
That's why
Donald
it's
Trump.
important to let
Sorry.
the right people who will be really, thinking in the voters, what is in voters' mind, right, and do what the voters are thinking, right?
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
So I want to ask the last question. And Dr. Son, we got to have you back, man. You're just awesome.
Awesome.
And then,
No,
Awesome.
I'll be back.
And
I'm
so
honored, yes.
now and I'm saying this, please, I want to say this. Nobody put me up to this. But Dr. Son,
Yes.
I'm asking the Democratic Party,
Mhm.
because when Kamala Harris was running for election, President Kamala Harris, I'm going to say it that way,
Okay.
there wasn't really, there was no focus on this radio station, right? And I have to say this. When we got a lot of people that listen and need our output. So I'm asking the Democratic Party to look at funding for small radio stations like this, which is a historical monument in the community. If they can start advocating for this radio station to get funding so he can teach young children
Yeah, so we
how to
can
come
teach the
in
kids,
and have
yeah.
our own media. Because I just found out today that Brown University, Trump going at them for DEI, saying they can't have. So we need these type of radio stations.
Yeah,
so if the Bangladesh want to come on and communicate, they got a safe place. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So
right.
I'm asking, as the Democratic Party, can you take that back to them, carry that bone to them, and say, hey man, we need to start really thinking about making this a historical monument and investing in this type of
It
environment.
does.
Right. So no, this is the I'll definitely share it with our chairman and our party.
Absolutely.
Establishment. Right. Means like the executive committee. That's what I mean by that. Right. So I'll definitely bring this up, how important it is. But more so, this is also to the elected officials, because as a congressperson has money, that he or she can have funding available.
I didn't
you
know that. Thanks for saying
yeah,
that.
they do. They can bring some and then they can definitely share with like radio station like this also,
I'm glad
right?
you said that.
Right, and then the football field or soccer field and all that, right? So they can, and that's why it is so important that you put the right person. The person is not going to think about himself, how he's going to be electing, or she is going to be elected in the next election cycle, because he or she has to have those people up on top who is going to be super PAC, funding, them. But we have to make sure that every single people understand it's so important when you elect somebody who will be your voice. It is important. Only then, because who can be liable and responsible to you for his or her action, right? And then because he or she has to come to you for vote next next cycle, right? So that's the thing. Instead of owing other people, they owe the voters. Thank you so much. Yes, of course, I'll have this conversation.
All right.
Thank you,
I want to say thank everybody. Let's give them a round of applause. Awesome show for everybody. Dr. Hassan, thank you. Brother Fred, well, Dr. Hassan, you got part of the name, Fred Hampton, Bangladesh, Fred Hampton. Right? We don't give you that, because you're talking, but Bobby Christian, man, love for you.
Love you guys.
All you got to do is reach out.
Yes.
Brother Justin, my favorite co-host. Justin to me is what Kevin is to you. I appreciate you, family.
That's right.
And brother Tyler, brother RJ Walker.
The legend.
Everybody know about
Brother Tyler
dance
about to
show.
go get us some chicken when we done with this. That's my
I'm
boy.
trying to get Brother Tyler to start the dance show. But no, I'm joking. But I just wanted to thank everybody for watching the show today. Please catch me Monday, 5 o'clock. Real Talking to the Cabal. Justin Barnett's going to be a co-host with me that day. We're going to be talking about the mayoral candidate, which is the primaries, is the next day. So we're going to have a hot show Monday. Catch us at 5 o'clock.
You might catch me. I might pull up Monday.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes,
pull up.
yes, yes.
You're always welcome.
Come here, yes.
Yeah, you're always welcome.
Yeah.
And I want to say thank y'all so much again. And please stay woke, vote, stay woke. Power to the people, power to the people,
Power to the people.